Aliens issued a caution. Never strike humanity, or they will follow you across galaxies. Ethan Cole stood on the bridge of the starship Voyager, staring out at the endless stretch of stars. Humanity had reached beyond the solar system for the first time in force, and the galaxy was wide and unknown. Every glimmer of light represented a mystery, a potential friend, or a hidden danger. Ethan's hands rested on the rail, steady but tense. He had been trained for danger, for strategy, for survival, but nothing could prepare him for what it meant to be the first humans exploring this part of space. Beside him, Luke Harper, the chief engineer, adjusted readings on the console. Luke was practical and cautious, always thinking of the limits of their engines and the strain on their ships. "Captain, these jumps are pushing the engines harder than ever. I don't like the risk," he said quietly. Ethan smiled faintly. "We adapt, Luke. Humanity always finds a way. If something breaks, we fix it. That's how we survive. Curiosity brought us here, and it will keep us alive." Science officer Maya Brooks glanced up from her console. Her eyes were sharp, always analyzing, always alert. "Captain, sensors are picking up something strange. It's a formation, but it's unlike anything we know. Not human, not recorded by previous explorers." Ethan leaned over the holographic display. A cluster of dark, angular ships floated silently, moving with precision. "Could be the Galactic Council patrol," Ethan said cautiously. "They watch new species. Maybe they are curious, maybe they are testing us." Maya shook her head. "These are not patrols. They move with caution, almost defensive. It feels like a warning, not a greeting." Luke muttered under his breath, "Warnings mean trouble. Humans will learn the hard way if they underestimate us." Ethan's jaw tightened. "We don't attack first. We observe, we learn. Humans survive by being smart, careful, and courageous. If someone threatens us, we respond. That is what keeps us alive." The Voyager moved closer to the formation, careful to stay visible but not aggressive. The alien ships shifted position, almost like they were aware of human intentions. Ethan's heart beat faster, but his face remained calm. The crew of the Voyager had trained for every scenario, and yet space always held surprises. Suddenly, a holographic figure appeared on the main screen. It was humanoid in shape, but taller than humans, with shimmering, reflective skin that mirrored the nebula behind it. Its eyes glowed faintly. The figure raised a hand, and a message was transmitted directly into the Voyager's systems. "Never strike humanity. Any aggression toward your species will be followed across galaxies." The bridge was silent. Ethan felt a chill run through him. A warning like this had never been recorded before. It was clear, serious, and almost personal. Maya spoke first, her voice low. "Did it really say what I think it said?" Ethan nodded slowly. "Yes, they warned us. Humanity is being watched, and someone decided to remind the galaxy why humans cannot be underestimated." Luke rubbed his forehead. "Great, now we know. Humans follow threats across galaxies. That's more than most species can handle." Ethan turned to them, calm but firm. "Humans survive because we think, we adapt, and we act with purpose. We do not strike first, but we do not forget attacks. If anyone harms humanity, they will see the consequences." The alien figure vanished, and the ships moved silently away. Ethan ordered the Voyager to follow at a distance, carefully observing. The stars were filled with possibilities, and every step they took could be dangerous. Yet, Ethan knew that humanity's strength was not just in their technology. It was in their will, their courage, and their persistence. Weeks later, the Voyager arrived at a small human colony at the edge of explored space. The world, called Halden, was peaceful, with settlers who farmed and mined, unaware of the dangers lurking in nearby systems. Ethan, Maya, and Luke landed to ensure safety and gather reports. Governor Claire Bennett greeted them with concern in her eyes. "Captain Cole, we have heard rumors of alien fleets. Should we be worried?" Ethan shook his head. "We are here to help, not alarm. There is danger in space, but humanity survives through intelligence and preparation. The galaxy is wide, and not every species is friendly, but humans endure." Maya spoke carefully. "Our sensors detected fleets near this system. They observed but did not attack yet. We are monitoring. You must prepare, but there is no reason to panic." Luke added, "Humans adapt quickly. You will learn, and if danger comes, we will act. The galaxy is big, but humans follow threats. They do not give up." The settlers nodded, trying to absorb the strange reality. Ethan watched the horizon. Every star, every system was a potential challenge. The alien warning had been clear. strike humanity, and consequences would follow across galaxies. Humans had survived countless disasters on Earth, and now they would survive the dangers of space. For the next weeks, the Voyager moved quietly between systems, observing, recording, and gathering intelligence. Ethan insisted on patience. Humans did not attack without reason. They learned first, acted second, and always considered consequences. Yet every human outpost, every fleet, and every colony was ready to respond. Maya studied the sensor logs one evening. Every fleet we detect, every pattern we see, humans adapt quickly. The aliens who warned us are right to fear human persistence. We do not attack first, but when attacked, we respond relentlessly. Luke laughed softly. Humans are stubborn, patient, and persistent. That is why the warning was given. They know once we pursue, the chase does not end. Ethan leaned back in his chair. And that is exactly why humans survive. Curiosity brought us here, courage keeps us moving, and persistence ensures the galaxy understands who we are. The alien warning is not empty. Humans will follow threats across galaxies, and they will not forget. The Voyager continued its journey, humanity stepping into the galaxy carefully but boldly. Every jump, every exploration, and every observation strengthened their presence. The alien warning hung in the minds of the crew, a reminder that humans were not to be underestimated. Weeks turned into months. Ethan, Maya, and Luke observed alien fleets, strange signals, and new star systems. Humans learned quickly. They adapted engines, sensors, and strategies. Every potential threat was studied. Every fleet that might pose a danger was tracked quietly. The galaxy was full of unknowns, but humanity's principles were clear. Do not strike first, but respond without hesitation when attacked. One night, as the Voyager drifted past a distant sun, Maya said quietly, Ethan, they are learning. Every system we enter, every fleet we observe, the aliens understand that humans do not stop once provoked. The warning has spread even without us trying. Luke added, humans are relentless when they must be. The warning was wise, and now we demonstrate why it is true. Across galaxies, humans follow threats. That is our nature. Ethan smiled faintly. And that is exactly why we survive. Humans explore, learn, and protect. We do not strike first, but we never forget attacks. The galaxy will understand what that means. Humans endure, adapt, and follow threats across the stars. The Voyager moved on, leaving Halden safe and the settlers aware of the galaxy's dangers. Every system explored, every fleet observed, strengthened humanity's reach. The alien warning had been clear. Humans were being watched, and the galaxy would soon learn that humanity does not strike first. But if someone strikes humans, the chase does not end until the threat is gone. Ethan, Maya, and Luke continued their work, mapping systems, tracking fleets, and recording signals. The stars stretched endlessly, but humanity's determination was greater. The lessons of Earth, survival, intelligence, courage, and persistence guided every decision. The alien warning was a challenge and a test, and humans would meet it fully. As months passed, human fleets began connecting colonies, forming networks of observation posts, and reinforcing defenses. Ethan emphasized strategy over brute force, ensuring that humans remained guardians of themselves and others. They did not seek war, but they were prepared for conflict. Every system humanity touched learned that humans adapt, endure, and pursue threats without pause. Maya often reflected on the journey. Humans do not need to be cruel to be strong. Our power lies in intelligence, courage, and persistence. The galaxy now knows that striking humanity carries consequences. Luke nodded. We are not reckless, but we are relentless. Once we follow a threat, we do not stop. That is why the warning was given, and that is why humans endure. Ethan looked at the stars, his eyes filled with resolve. We are explorers, protectors, and survivors. The galaxy is wide, but human determination is wider. The warning has been given, and humanity will follow. Across galaxies, across stars, we will not forget. We endure, and the universe will learn that humanity survives against all odds. And so, the Voyager continued, humanity's first real steps into the galaxy completed. The alien warning was clear, but humans were ready. They did not strike first, they did not seek unnecessary conflict, but they would follow threats, adapt, and endure. Humanity had reached the stars, and the galaxy had begun to understand why humans were not to be underestimated. The calm of space was broken when the first attack came. It was sudden and precise. Sensors on the Voyager detected energy bursts near Halden, the small human colony they had recently visited. Ethan Cole's eyes narrowed as the alarms blared. He had feared this moment. The alien fleets had ignored the warning, and humanity was about to respond. "Get me the readings," Ethan ordered. His voice was steady, but his mind raced. The attacks were fast and coordinated. The alien ships moved in ways humans had not seen before, hitting supply stations and communication hubs. Halden's settlers were safe for now, but the damage was clear. Maya Brooks studied the sensors, fingers flying across the console. "They are targeting infrastructure, not people. They want to cripple the colony without casualties, but if this continues, human survival is at risk." "We have to respond." Luke Harper leaned over the engine controls. "We're small in number, we can't take them head-on. We need strategy, not brute force, but we can't let them escape either." Ethan nodded. "Humans have survived disasters on Earth, and we survive in space the same way. Observation first, response second. We will track them, and when we act, they will learn consequences." The Voyager moved into action. Small scout ships were dispatched to protect Halden while Ethan coordinated defensive strategies. Human colonies were informed, and automated defense systems were activated. Every ship, every sensor, and every outpost was part of the response network. Humans did not strike first, but they acted decisively when threatened. The alien attackers seemed surprised. They had expected humans to scatter, to hide, to plead for mercy. Instead, human ships appeared near their paths, tracking every jump and every maneuver. Ethan watched the holographic display, noting the patterns. Humans were not fast in numbers, but they were fast in thinking. Every move the aliens made was recorded and analyzed. Maya spoke quietly. "They don't understand human persistence. They think attacking Halden would slow us. They have no idea that we follow threats across the stars. Once we decide to pursue, we don't stop." Luke smiled faintly. "Humans are stubborn, patient, and relentless. Once a threat is marked, it is followed, across galaxies if needed. That is why the Council warned the others before." Ethan's jaw tightened. "Then we show them what persistence means. Protect Halden first, then track the attackers. Every colony, every fleet, every jump will be monitored. They will learn that striking humans carries consequences." The alien ships attempted another strike, moving toward a nearby mining station. Ethan ordered the Voyager to intercept. The human fleet moved with precision, using advanced maneuvers to avoid direct combat while neutralizing alien weapon systems. The aliens were not destroyed, but they were slowed, their plans disrupted. Maya analyzed the outcome. "We did not destroy their fleet, but we showed strength. The message is clear. Humans do not attack first, but we respond. And we do not stop." Luke nodded. "Humans are unpredictable to those who do not understand us. We do not fight for glory, but for survival. And we follow threats without fail. That is more powerful than any weapon." Ethan turned to the crew. "Prepare for long-range tracking. We will follow them through jumps, through systems, until we understand their intentions. Humans survive through intelligence, strategy, and persistence. This is just the beginning of teaching them consequences." The alien attackers attempted to flee through a jump gate, but human scouts anticipated the path. Ethan coordinated a pursuit without direct confrontation. The aliens were cautious now, realizing humans were not easy to evade. Every system they entered, humans observed. Every fleet they used, humans tracked. The galaxy began to witness human determination. Weeks passed as the chase continued. Human colonies reinforced their defenses, and the Voyager led small fleets to protect key points. Ethan's strategy was clear. Human life was paramount, but the pursuit must continue. The aliens had underestimated humans. They had ignored warnings. Now they faced consequences without human cruelty. Maya studied alien behavior. "They are scared. They did not expect us to track them so far. They think humans will stop. They are wrong. Humans endure, adapt, and follow threats relentlessly." Luke added, "This is why the galaxy fears and respects humanity. We do not strike first. We do not overkill. But when attacked, humans do not forget, and we do not stop. That is why the warning exists." Ethan nodded. "And that is why humanity survives. Intelligence, courage, and persistence. That is our power. Not weapons alone, not numbers alone, but our will. We protect, we observe, and when necessary, we act decisively. The aliens will learn that striking humans is never without consequence." The chase led humanity across multiple star systems. Alien fleets attempted ambushes, but humans anticipated every maneuver. The Voyager moved at the center, coordinating fleets, tracking energy signatures, and relaying intelligence to colonies. Human technology was not the most advanced in the galaxy, but human adaptability and coordination gave them an edge. Maya pointed at the holographic display. Every fleet, every jump, every pattern is predictable if we track carefully. Humans learn faster than they expect. That is our advantage. The aliens underestimated us. Luke laughed softly. Humans follow threats. We don't stop. We are patient and relentless. That is why the Council warned the galaxy. Now the aliens see it firsthand. Ethan's voice was firm. We are not seeking war. We are not acting out of vengeance. We are responding, protecting colonies, safeguarding lives, and teaching lessons. Humans endure because we are strategic, intelligent, and persistent. The galaxy must understand that attacking humans carries consequences. The aliens attempted to coordinate with nearby species to counter humanity, but humans adapted quickly. Scout ships intercepted communications, tracking jumps and supply lines. Colonies strengthened defenses, and the Voyager's fleet moved efficiently, never wasting effort, never overextending. Human persistence was unmatched. After a skirmish near a small outpost, Ethan spoke to his crew. Observe carefully, learn every pattern. Humanity survives through knowledge, strategy, and persistence. We act decisively, but we do not strike without reason. Our strength lies in patience, intelligence, and endurance. Maya nodded. Humans endure, they learn, and once a threat is marked, we follow it across galaxies. That is why the aliens fear us, even without understanding fully. Luke added, and that is why humans are respected. We are not reckless. We do not attack first, but we follow threats, adapt, and endure. The galaxy will remember this lesson for generations. The Voyager continued to lead the pursuit. Small fleets moved carefully, protecting colonies while tracking the alien attackers. Humans demonstrated restraint, efficiency, and intelligence. Every move sent a message. Humanity does not strike first, but when attacked, the response is certain and persistent. Ethan looked out at the stars, reflecting on what had happened. The alien warning was not a bluff. It was accurate. Humans were relentless when threatened. The galaxy had underestimated them, and now the proof was clear. Weeks turned into months. Alien fleets scattered, trying to regroup. Humans continued to track them without unnecessary destruction. Intelligence was gathered, colonies were protected, and every system witnessed human persistence. The lesson was being taught quietly, without cruelty, but with unmistakable clarity. Maya said one evening, humans do not need to be cruel to be strong. Intelligence, courage, and persistence are enough. The aliens are learning that. Our actions show the warning is not empty. Luke nodded. We don't seek conflict. We protect, we observe, and we follow threats. That is humanity's strength. The galaxy will remember it. Ethan turned, eyes bright with determination. We survive, we endure, and we protect. Humans are explorers, guardians, and survivors. The alien attackers learned a lesson, and the galaxy will understand. Strike humanity, and they will follow you across galaxies. They do not forget, and they do not stop. The first attack on Halden had been a test. The aliens believed humans would flee or scatter. Instead, humans tracked them, defended colonies, and taught lessons. Humanity's reputation began to grow. The galaxy saw them as cautious, intelligent, and persistent. Humans did not strike without cause, but when attacked, the response was inevitable. The Voyager and its crew continued their mission. Ethan, Maya, and Luke worked tirelessly, coordinating fleets, observing enemy movements, and strengthening human colonies. The galaxy had begun to understand that humanity was not a species to underestimate. Persistence, intelligence, and courage defined them. And somewhere across the stars, the alien attackers began to understand what the Galactic Council had warned long ago. Never strike humanity, for they will follow you across galaxies, and they will never stop. Ethan Cole stood on the bridge of the Voyager, watching the alien fleet disappear into the black void of space. The attack on Halden had been quick but precise. The alien ships had destroyed several mining stations and supply outposts before vanishing. No human had been killed, thanks to the warning signals and early alerts, but the damage was enough to show that the galaxy had dangerous species that could not be ignored. Ethan clenched his fists. Humanity did not strike first, but it also did not forget. Somewhere across these stars, the aliens had made a mistake. They had challenged humans, and that mistake would be remembered. Maya Brooks studied the sensor readings. They jumped out too quickly. Whoever planned this knew our limits. They did not expect us to follow. Luke Harper shook his head, adjusting the engine core. Follow them? Captain, we barely made it out alive. How are we supposed to track them across galaxies? We don't even know where they are headed. Ethan turned, eyes sharp. Humans have done impossible things before. We can track them. We can rebuild. We adapt. The universe is big, but it is not bigger than human persistence. The Voyager activated its long-range jump engines, pushing beyond known maps into uncharted systems. Ethan, Maya, and Luke worked tirelessly, coordinating with Earth's command centers to monitor alien movements. They traced debris, energy signatures, and faint communications. Every signal told a story. The aliens were cautious, but they could not erase all evidence of their attack. Weeks turned into months. Human fleets were small but fast. Scout ships like the Voyager moved quietly, observing, recording, and planning. Ethan made sure no one on his crew underestimated the challenge. "We are not hunters," he said. "We are guardians. The aliens attacked and now we follow. We do not stop until the threat is gone. That is what humans do." Maya pointed to a holographic map of the galaxy. "I've calculated their most likely route. They are moving toward the Solara cluster. It is dense with dozens of inhabited systems. If they plan to strike again, it could be devastating." Luke frowned. "Then we need reinforcements. Humans alone won't be enough to protect all those colonies." Ethan nodded. "Contact Earth, mobilize more ships, but we do not rush blindly. Humans have strategy. We observe first, then we act. Every move they make is recorded. Every weakness will be noted." As they approached the Solara cluster, the Voyager encountered remnants of the alien attack. Destroyed stations, abandoned ships, and panicked settlements showed the scale of the violence. Humans quickly coordinated repairs and evacuation efforts. Ethan led the operations personally, ensuring that no life was lost and that survivors felt hope. Humanity was not just strong in technology or numbers, it was strong in courage, intelligence, and compassion. One night, Maya approached Ethan in the observation deck. The stars stretched endlessly. "Ethan, every species we encounter fears something. The aliens feared our persistence. They may not understand it yet, but that is our power. Humans don't stop. We follow threats. Across stars, across galaxies. Once we decide to respond, nothing will slow us down." Ethan looked at her, eyes thoughtful. "It is not vengeance, Maya, it is responsibility. The aliens struck first. We protect. We endure. They learned a warning before, but now they see it in action. Humans do not threaten without cause, but we do respond with certainty." Luke joined them, exhaustion clear on his face. "I still hate the idea of chasing them forever. We could follow them for years, but I see what you mean. Humans are relentless. That is why they respect us. And that is why they fear us." The following weeks tested the crew of the Voyager. Alien patrols became aware of human tracking. Several skirmishes occurred, mostly defensive. Humans did not initiate attacks, but when fired upon, they countered with precision. Ethan's strategy was clear. Observe, defend, and never let the enemy escape completely. During one encounter, a fleet of alien ships tried to ambush a human supply convoy. Ethan coordinated an interception. The Voyager and supporting ships moved with calculated speed, cutting off escape routes and neutralizing the attackers without destroying the fleet entirely. Humans wanted to show strength, not unnecessary destruction. The aliens were forced to retreat, leaving their plans exposed. Maya analyzed the data from the skirmish. "Every move they make is predictable when we track patterns carefully. Humans are good at observation and adaptation. We can learn faster than they expect." Luke smiled faintly. "Humans also don't give up. That is the real advantage. We are patient, persistent, and prepared. They attacked a colony and we followed across systems. Imagine what would happen if they attacked again." Ethan's voice was calm but firm. "That is exactly why they will not attack again. Humans are not reckless, but they are relentless. And we follow the principle that every action has consequences. If someone strikes humanity, we will pursue them, across galaxies if needed. They will not forget it, and neither will we." As months passed, the human pursuit became known in other parts of the galaxy. Alien species who had previously ignored humanity began sending envoys to observe. Some warned others, some attempted to understand human behavior. Everywhere the same message spread. Humanity is cautious but unstoppable once provoked. On the Voyager, Ethan, Maya, and Luke continued to track, map, and plan. They established a network of human scout ships, relay stations, and observation posts. Each human presence extended the reach of humanity, making it clear that the warning was not empty words. Humans would follow those who threatened them. In one remote system, the aliens who had attacked Halden attempted to regroup. They underestimated human intelligence. The Voyager intercepted their communications, learning about their plans and weaknesses. Ethan analyzed the patterns. They are organized, but they are afraid. They know humans remember losses. They know humans follow. That fear is our advantage. Maya nodded. It is not fear in a bad way. It is respect. Humans have earned respect across stars, even without trying. We survive, we adapt, and we do not stop when someone threatens us. Luke grinned. Humans are a pain for anyone who attacks us. I guess that is why the aliens warned us in the first place. They knew that once we responded, there would be no turning back. Ethan's gaze rested on the distant stars. The galaxy is full of unknowns. Some species will respect us, some will test us. But humans have survived countless dangers on Earth. The stars are no different. Our persistence, intelligence, and courage are enough to face them. And if anyone tries to harm humans, we will follow. Across galaxies, across star systems, until the danger is gone. The human pursuit continued, but it was not mindless. Ethan coordinated with the United Earth Command, sharing intelligence and planning operations carefully. They avoided unnecessary battles, focused on observation, and ensured colonies remained safe. Humanity's reputation grew. Reports from alien species described humans as unpredictable, intelligent, and relentless. They did not attack first, but once attacked, they pursued. No distance could protect an enemy from human determination. Maya studied the reports. We have patterns now. Every time an enemy strikes, humans trace them. Our understanding of the galaxy improves with every move. Humans are not reckless. We are precise and persistent. Luke added, and that is why the aliens feared humanity before. They knew we would follow, learn, and adapt. It is in our nature. Once humans pursue, the pursuit does not end until justice or protection is achieved. Ethan watched a distant star explode in the background. Every system we reach, every signal we trace, adds to human strength. Our fleet grows in experience, knowledge, and readiness. The galaxy will learn to respect humanity, and the warning will not be forgotten. We follow those who strike across galaxies if we must, until the threat is gone. As the Voyager moved further into uncharted space, humanity's reach expanded. Small colonies were rebuilt, communications networks restored, and alien observation posts were tracked. Ethan, Maya, and Luke understood one truth. Humans did not seek war, but when threatened, they pursued relentlessly. One day, a signal reached the Voyager from an alien species previously unknown. They requested a meeting. Ethan approached with caution, knowing humans would remain patient and persistent. The aliens had heard of humanity's response to aggression. They wanted to understand. Maya spoke quietly. They are scared. Humans never attack first, but when attacked, humans follow. They remember, and the warning spreads without humans even trying. Luke nodded. Humans are strange that way. They are not cruel, but they are relentless. The galaxy has learned it now. Our pursuit across the stars shows that humanity is not to be underestimated. Ethan looked at the stars, eyes bright with resolve. And that is exactly what they must learn. Humans are guardians, explorers, and survivors. We do not threaten, but we do respond. And once the chase begins, it does not end. Across galaxies, across stars, humans follow. And the universe must respect that. The Voyager sailed on, humanity's path clear. The aliens who had struck first were being watched, studied, and quietly pursued. Every colony, every fleet, every human outpost contributed to the growing network. Humans did not fear the vastness of space. They embraced it. The warning had been given, the chase had begun, and humanity's persistence ensured that no attack would go unanswered. And somewhere across galaxies, the alien attackers began to understand what the Council had warned long ago. Never strike humanity, for they will follow you across galaxies, and they will never forget. Ethan Cole stood on the bridge of the Voyager, staring at the stars that stretched endlessly ahead. The pursuit of the alien attackers had taken humanity across countless systems, and yet it was far from over. Every jump, every observation, and every encounter had taught humans more about the galaxy, its dangers, and its opportunities. What had begun as a warning from an alien council had grown into a story the galaxy would not forget. Maya Brooks adjusted the sensors, watching alien fleets move across nearby sectors. "Captain, the attackers are trying to hide again. They've reached a densely populated cluster. They might be planning something big. It is not just about their survival anymore. They are afraid." Luke Harper shook his head, fatigue clear in his eyes. "They've been running for months. Do you think they will ever stop? Humans are relentless once we follow." "I'm not sure they understand that yet." Ethan's gaze was steady. "They will learn. Humans never forget a threat. We do not seek revenge for pleasure, but we ensure safety. Every colony, every life we protect adds to that lesson. The galaxy will understand that humanity is not a species to underestimate." The Voyager entered a system where the alien attackers had gathered. Intelligence indicated they were attempting to form an alliance with nearby species to counter humanity's pursuit. Ethan and his crew observed quietly, recording data and preparing for any sudden attacks. Maya studied the alien movements carefully. They are trying to coordinate fleets, but their communication is slow, cautious, and fearful. Humans move faster mentally and physically than they expect. Our pursuit is already teaching them lessons. Luke smiled faintly. "Humans are strange that way. We don't chase for fun. We chase to ensure safety. But once we start, we don't stop. It's not cruelty, it's persistence." "That scares them more than weapons." Ethan nodded. "And that is exactly why the Council warned them. Humans are not reckless, but we are determined. When someone strikes, we follow, across galaxies if needed. Today, they will learn that lesson fully." The first skirmish came at dawn. A fleet of alien ships attempted to intercept the Voyager. They fired with precision, hoping to catch humans off guard. Ethan gave the order for defensive maneuvers. The Voyager weaved through laser fire, returning only when necessary to disable weapons systems without destroying entire ships. The aliens had underestimated human coordination and ingenuity. Maya's voice was calm but firm. "Captain, the fleet is weakening. They are not prepared for a sustained chase. We can disable their weapons without annihilating their ships. This will send a clear message." Ethan made his decision. "Do it. We show them strength, not cruelty. Humans respond, but we do not overkill. The galaxy needs to see what persistence means." As the battle ended, the alien attackers retreated to nearby systems. They were shaken, their confidence broken. Their attempt to unite against humans had failed. Every maneuver they had made was anticipated, every weakness exploited. Yet no human ship had been destroyed. Humanity's goal was not conquest. It was survival, protection, and the teaching of consequences. Maya recorded the data. "They are scared, Captain. They fear more than our weapons. They fear our persistence, our intelligence, our patience. Humans do not strike first, but when attacked, we pursue without end." Luke added, "And that is why they will respect us now, or at least they will remember. Humans do not stop and they never forget. That is more powerful than any fleet." Ethan turned to the galaxy outside the bridge, deep in thought. "We have sent a warning and a lesson. Now we need the Council to understand what humanity represents. We are not a reckless species. We are cautious, intelligent, and persistent. The galaxy must respect that." He sent a long-range message to the Galactic Council. The transmission detailed every attack, every pursuit, every step humanity had taken. Images, data logs, and testimonies from colonies were included. The message was clear. Humanity does not seek war, but it ensures that threats are never forgotten. Weeks passed as the Council deliberated. Other species in the galaxy monitored the message carefully. Alien envoys contacted humans, seeking understanding and dialogue. They feared further attacks, but they also respected the restraint shown by humanity. Humans had demonstrated that power was not just weapons, but intelligence, patience, and moral strength. Finally, the Council convened with humanity represented. Ethan Cole, Maya Brooks, and Luke Harper stood among delegates from thousands of worlds. The chamber was vast, filled with beings of all shapes, sizes, and forms. The atmosphere was tense. All eyes turned toward humanity's representatives. Ethan spoke, voice steady and confident. "We come not as conquerors, but as survivors. Our species does not strike first. We explore, we learn, we protect. But if someone attacks humanity, we follow, across galaxies, across stars, until the threat is neutralized. This is not a choice. It is our principle." Maya continued, "Our fleets do not destroy indiscriminately. We disable weapons, protect colonies, and ensure safety. The galaxy must know that aggression toward humans carries consequences. Our warning is not empty. Our pursuit is persistent. Our intent is clear: survive, protect, and teach consequences. Luke concluded, "We do not seek fear but respect. The galaxy must understand that humans are relentless when threatened. We do not forget, we do not stop. That is our way, and it ensures safety for all who live peacefully." The council listened, some delegates nodding, some silent with awe, and others whispering in fear. Humanity's reputation had transformed. What had begun as a warning to one species had now become a universal law: do not strike humanity. The alien attackers who had fled the humans' pursuit were summoned to the council. They faced not punishment, but understanding. They confessed their fears and their miscalculations. The council recognized that humans had acted with restraint and intelligence. Humanity had earned a place among galactic powers, not through destruction, but through demonstration of principle and persistence. Ethan returned to the Voyager after the council's decree. The stars were calm, but the crew felt the weight of accomplishment. Maya said, "We have shown them what humanity is. We survive, we adapt, and we follow threats when necessary. The galaxy will remember." Luke smiled. "I still don't like chasing anyone across galaxies, but it feels good to know that our species is respected. We are not reckless, but we are unstoppable when we must be. Humans always endure." Ethan watched distant suns flicker in the void. Humanity does not seek enemies. We seek knowledge, exploration, and safety. But the galaxy has learned that attacking humans has consequences. The warning is no longer a rumor. It is law. Humanity will follow threats across galaxies, and that is enough to ensure peace for now. Over the next months, humanity expanded its presence across the stars. Scout ships, research stations, and colonies flourished. Every system humanity entered benefited from knowledge, technology, and protection. Humans showed restraint, wisdom, and courage. Stories of the pursuit of the alien attackers spread across the galaxy, creating a new understanding. Humans were a species to be respected, not feared blindly, and not underestimated. The Alien Council formally codified the warning. No species was allowed to strike humans without expecting pursuit and accountability. Humans were recognized as guardians of themselves and, indirectly, of weaker civilizations. The principle was clear: attack humans and consequences follow across galaxies. Ethan, Maya, and Luke continued their journeys, exploring, observing, and protecting. The Voyager became a symbol of human persistence, courage, and moral strength. Alien species learned to respect humans, not only for their technology or fleets, but for their character. Humans had endured, adapted, and demonstrated that their determination was unmatched. Maya often reflected on the journey. Humans do not need to be cruel to be powerful. Our strength lies in persistence, intelligence, and moral courage. The chase is not vengeance. It is protection, and the galaxy now knows that. Luke added, "Everywhere we go, the story spreads. Humans are not reckless. Humans do not attack first. But if someone strikes, we follow, across stars, across galaxies, until the threat is gone. That lesson is universal now." Ethan smiled as he watched the stars. "That is humanity's gift. We survive, we endure, and we protect. Our warning is clear. Our persistence is unmatched." The galaxy now understands what it means to strike humanity, and the lesson will never be forgotten. In the end, the pursuit was over. The alien attackers had been confronted, lessons had been learned, and humanity's reputation was secure. The Voyager continued its mission, exploring the galaxy not as hunters, but as guardians. Humanity's strength was no longer a secret. The stars were vast, but human resolve was greater. And somewhere across the galaxies, the warning echoed in every corner: never strike humanity, or they will follow you across galaxies. And humanity would never stop.